to the Carriker Chronicles, the People Show. Check the Pulse of Western Nation, brought to you by Nebraska Spine Hospital. Today's show is about Adrian Martinez. Should he stay? Should he transfer? Go to the NFL? I'd be surprised if he went to the NFL, but you never know. Should he transfer to another school, or should he stay here at the University of Nebraska? Now, there's several ways to look at this. Now, first and foremost, they've kept everything close to the vest. Adrian, Frost, okay, because I've talked to a lot of people and I've gotten impressions from different people, but nobody really knows. It's all speculatory. So this is my best educated guess, if you will, based on things I've seen, heard, observations, and impressions that I have. Should he stay? Should he go? And what I think he will do. Now, if I'm Adrian, I could look at it several different ways. He does not seem like the guy who's going to run from a challenge or run from competition or anything like that. But if I'm Adrian, I could potentially look at it like this. If I go somewhere else, I was the most pressured quarterback in the Big Ten last year. Okay, the offensive line wasn't great. I haven't had a rushing game to help me out really since 2018. That's the last time we had a 1,000-yard rusher, Divino Zigba, here at the University of Nebraska. Our leading rusher the past 2 seasons, and I understand COVID was a little shortened, a bit of a shortened season, but we still played 8 games. The last 2 seasons combined, our leading rusher's rushing yards totals doesn't equal 1,000 yards. Okay, so he hasn't had a strong running game. He hasn't had a ton of protection from the offensive line. I'm not making excuses for him. He had a lot of things on his shoulders. That is undeniable. There are things he could also do better. Let me be very, very clear. Now, I look at receivers. Samori Toure made some big plays this year. He was a great addition to the team. Austin Allen set records for receiving as a Nebraska tight end this year. He has said he's not coming back next year. But as far as consistent wide receivers getting open consistently, it wasn't always there. So I could look at it that way if I'm Adrian. The other way I could look at it, what he should do, whether staying or going, he could look at it as, hey, I said shoulder surgery. I think the fact that he just had another surgery on his throwing arm. Remember, he didn't play his senior year of high school. He had to have the labrum in his right throwing shoulder repaired. That's 2 shoulder surgeries on his throwing arm in 5 years. This isn't the type of thing you want to rush back from. So who knows how long that may take to recover. If I go somewhere else and I'm Adrian, it's going to be a new coaching staff. It's going to be a fresh start potentially, because he could look at it as, you know, the fans here in Nebraska are divided on me as a player. I think everyone loves him as a person. No doubt about that. But as a player, the fans are fairly divided. He could see going somewhere else as a fresh start. But part of that is there's also no previous loyalty from the coaching staff. So it'd be hard for him to win a starting job if he's not practicing in the spring. Will he be ready by springtime? Can he just earn a starting job at another school if he has to, just in fall camp? That'd be easier to do here at Nebraska than it would be somewhere else. Now, he's fully aware, I'm sure, that it's going to be an open quarterback competition this year at Nebraska. Probably going to bring a quarterback in from the transfer portal, at least I hope so. You got Logan Smothers, who looked very well. Some people are excited about him. Heinrich Harburg. I'm sure he's aware that it's going to be an open quarterback battle, but it's going to be easy for him to win that job just during fall camp here at Nebraska if he can't practice in the spring than somewhere else where he's brand new. So that's got to factor into it as well. You know, just some of my impressions. And let's be clear, everybody's different. People grieve a loved one passing away differently. People study for tests differently. I was always the moron who just crammed the night before. And, you know, my wife was always much smarter. She studied the whole week leading up, and she always got better grades because of it. But as a guy who's walked on senior day, okay, most guys get a little emotional. They're fairly somber, whatever the case may be. They know it's their last time as a player on Memorial Field. When I watched Adrian, and everybody's different, but he seemed pretty happy to me. So maybe that's just how he felt his last time on Memorial Field. Maybe he didn't know, and he was fine with making a decision yet. Maybe he knows he's leaving, and he's happy to get the hell out of here. My words, not his. Bad joke. Maybe he knows it's not his last time on Memorial Stadium. Just kind of my little observation there. Also, listening to some of the things that Frost had to say before the Iowa game. Okay, he talked about how he thought we would hear something from Adrian shortly. So if he thinks he's going to hear something shortly, that means they've had some conversations. Now, he didn't say this at the same time. They were independent of each other, but at a different time, he also said he feels like Adrian is in a good spot. Just those little comments and knowing how close those two are and Frost's loyalty to him and probably Adrian's loyalty to Frost almost leads me to believe, okay, that Adrian's going to come back and stay here at the University of Nebraska next year. Now, is that my official prediction? Yeah, about 60-40 confident there. Not extremely confident, and he's probably going to announce that he's transferring because I'm completely wrong. Why? Why the hell not? Who knows? But that's kind of my 60-40 prediction. Now, should we want Adrian to come back? Okay? We talked about what he should do, what he's probably going to do. Should we want him to come back? If you ask my opinion, yes, because of who Adrian is. His character, his integrity. You look at a guy like Spencer Rattler who got benched, it did not handle it well. Okay, so as long as Adrian understands it's going to be a wide open quarterback competition with a few guys he's going to have to beat out, and I'm sure he's aware of that already. That's the way it better be anyways. As long as he understands that, I see no downside. Because either he wins the quarterback job, and he's the best quarterback we got. Hopefully he's got a better more support from the guys around him. Hopefully he does things better, more consistency, especially late in games. So either he wins the starting quarterback job and he's our best quarterback, or he's a backup. And look what he did when Luke McCaffrey started a year ago. He handled it with class, integrity. He was a leader. No matter what happens, Adrian's going to be a positive influence and cultural leader in that locker room. He seems like the type of guy who would take, if somebody like a Logan Smothers beat him out, so to speak, who'd take him under his wing and try to mentor him. I see no downside because of who he is. Either he's going to be the starting quarterback because he earns a job, or he's one of the best backups in America, and he's a great leader in that locker room. Let me know your thoughts. Hit me up in the comments below, whether it's Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. Do you think Adrian's going to stay? Do you think he's going to go? Do you want him to stay? Do you want him to go? Let me know your thoughts, Husker Nation. Go big, red, and always remember, throw the bones. Thanks again to our sponsor, Nebraska Spine Hospital. Ladies and gentlemen, when it's your spine, you do not want to mess around, and experience matters. That's why you can trust the experts at Nebraska Spine Hospital, the region's only spine-specific hospital. They are the best at what they do.